Welcome back once again everyone, I'm Plays Games, this is Fallout 4 and you join me outside the castle. Last episode we swam all the way over there to meet the Atom Cats, the coolest power armor gang in the Commonwealth. They gave us a job to go to Warwick Farm, which is just as well because the Institute also gave us a job to go to Warwick Farm. We are going to finish that quest because we need to finish up all the Institute stuff because we're about to get thrown out of the Institute in the very near future, and then hopefully, if I do everything in the right order, all the other three factions will stay happy with me and most importantly, happy with each other. On the way back, we were given a radio message to come here and speak to someone who wants to speak with us. That is this person, Ronnie Shaw.
Ah, there you are. Finally. I've been waiting to talk to you.
You must be Ronnie Shaw, from the radio.
Who else would I be? Can't mistake me for one of those pups you got running things around here. Yeah, I used to be with the Minutemen myself. Back before Joe Becker got himself killed and the idiots took over.
Joe Becker? Who's that?
That's just sad. General Becker used to run the Minutemen. The last real leader we ever had. After he died, there wasn't anybody left with the guts and brains to pull things together.
I'd still like to hear what you came to talk to me about.
Heard you were trying to get the Minutemen back on their feet. Thought I'd come see the new general for myself. So what's your story? What makes you think anybody even wants the Minutemen back?
The Minutemen are the good guys again. People are starting to realize that.
I've heard some good things. Wouldn't be here otherwise. Now that I'm here, I can see you really need my help.
We can always use more experienced soldiers.
Yeah, you're not kidding. But I had something more specific in mind. I'm probably the only one who still remembers this. But the castle's armory was located in the West Bastion. All of our best equipment was stored in there. Weapons, ammo, schematics, you name it.
Yeah?
Come on, I'll show you.
So that is this mysterious locked door here.
Ah, good. Looks like it might still be intact. Door's still sealed. Bastion hasn't collapsed. Trick now is finding a way in.
I hope you have an idea.
Of course I do. If you can't go through, go around. Let's have a look at the Northeast Bastion.
Okie dokie, northeast it is. Okay, what has she got for us here?
This was the general's quarters. Used to be a tunnel leading from here to the armor. This tunnel's blocked by this rubble. We'll have to find some way to clear it.
I think I can do that. Into building mode. Clear out the rubble. There you go, Ronnie. All done. Right, that should keep her happy. And she's
Let's get down there and
disappeared.
see if there's still a way through.
Right, after you. You lead the way. I wonder what's in this armory. Something better than missile turrets? We'll see. Hold up, hold up. Frag mines. Lots of frag mines. Many frag mines.
Pretty dark down here. We better watch our step.
Lots of cannonballs. That's good. We'll take all them. We're not going to be picking up the bags of cement. A, because we've got an absolute ton of concrete anyway, and B, because they weigh like 16 pounds each. Another frag mine. It's back here. A gun turret, apparently. More frag mines. I believe there was another door here. Yeah, with more frag mine. And Ronnie's found another frag mine. Well done, Ronnie. Is this really the kind of soldier we need? Get up, you idiot. Luckily for us and for her, she's essential for this quest. take a free fusion core. Ronnie, are you back in your feet yet? Yes, she's recovered from her idiocy.
Movement detected. Sentry bot designation Sarge. Powering up.
Well, I'll see.
Sarge powering
Yeah,
down.
Sarge is still down here. Don't worry, it's one of ours. Sarge is still down here? I wouldn't want to be the unlucky one to ever run upon him.
I really want to know what this thing is. It looks like a giant laser gun. I really want to know.
Let's see. I used to know this password. One if I land. Nah, that's not it. For the Commonwealth.
I think Ronnie's trying to get through this door.
Oh, it's been a long time. United we stand. Yeah, that was it.
Alright, Ronnie. Lots of wine all over the floor. And a walled up prisoner.
That explains all the landmines. This is, well, was General McGann. He had your job back when I first joined up. Must have gotten trapped down here when that sea beast attacked the castle. He did manage to keep the armory secure. I'll give him that much. Guess the uniform is yours now, if you want it. This old geezer doesn't need it anymore. Rest in peace, General. Your fight is done, and the Minutemen live on. There's no point in getting all sentimental about something that happened 40 years ago. Come on, we're almost through.
I'll be with you in a moment. Let's just read this terminal. Alright, so the castle was attacked at 2 AM and the Mirelurk Queen came through the walls. Yep, and he deliberately shut out the armory, locked it down and barricaded himself here. And and now the sounds of fighting are over, but you can still hear something pounding at the door, so he reckons that whoever was attacking had won. But he's hoping that any survivors may have just withdrawn and will do a counter-attack and get him, but that didn't happen, my friend. And then he deliberately drank himself to death. Poor old geezer. Right, let's get into the armory. We can use this button to open the armory door. That leads back outside. Fantastic. Hey, ooh, toys.
Told you I'd get us in here. Now, let's see what kinds of goodies are left.
I guess I'll grab everything. Oh, hello. Lots of weapons, mini nukes. All this ammo.
Excellent. The armory's still intact. Everything we need, just waiting for us. And the cream of the crop, schematics for building artillery.
Yeah, I'll speak to you about artillery in a moment, alright? Let's go here, put all these weapons we got in here.
Artillery?
Great big guns? Blow up our enemies from miles away? Any of this ringing a bell? Alright, grab that schematic and let's get going. Don't forget to grab some smoke grenades too.
Alright, artillery schematic. And these are parts for building artillery. Not that I think we're going to need them. And some artillery smoke grenades. Right, let's put this fat man here. I'm not going to put the fat man in the... There ain't no way that fat man is going in the workbench, because someone might take it out and try and use it. These turrets we can just take outside and place ourselves if we so wish, which we probably will. Right, let's just go and drop some stuff off in the workbench. We now have another room which we can fill with whatever we want to put in it. Don't know what. We've got more than enough beds in that room there. We've got all the farms outside and all the workbenches outside, so I don't know what else we need to do. Could pretty this place up, I suppose, at some point. Okay, let's get rid of all the gear, get rid of all these guns and this machete. The general's armour's pretty good. It gives you extra charisma for the hat and the uniform. I think we'll give the hat and the uniform to Preston. Alright, now what is she wanting us to do? I have the schematic.
Hey there.
Looks like you've got everything we need. As soon as you get some artillery built, we'll do a test fire to calibrate it.
Sounds good to me. Right, let's get up on the roof. Let's build it here. This artillery can be built at any of our settlements. It does not have to just be built here. Right, now we have to tell one of the Minutemen to station it, and I think we'll grab you because you're closest. You come here and assign. This resource is now assigned. Alright, cool. Now where's Ronnie gone? Ronnie, hello. Okay, it's still wanting us to build some artillery. I have already built and assigned some artillery. Let's speak to Ronnie. Hello.
I just need to trade gear with you.
If you're short of building supplies, there was some dismantled artillery in the armory that you could scrap for parts.
This happens all the time. This quest bugs out at this stage all the time. It wants us to build and assign artillery, and we have built and assigned some artillery. Now this guy hasn't moved to man it, so let's tell him to move here. And then here. Now he's not got the artillery symbol on him, so he thinks he's still assigned to normal defense. Come on, dude, move. And then go here. Where are you going? Hey! Where do you think you're going?
Sure.
Okay, this time it took. It's a little bit finicky sometimes. There you are, that's more like it. Now he's actually manning it. Now we can talk to Ronnie Shaw. And
Gosh darn, it's good to see artillery here again. So here's the thing about the big guns. They can't fire at anything too close, but their range is impressive. That's what the smoke grenades are for. Toss one of those at the bad guys. If we have artillery in range, we'll confirm over the radio and target our fire on your smoke. But first, we better do a test fire. Make sure we're hitting what we're aiming at.
this will take some time. Usually she'll just walk through the hole in the wall, but we have to actually go outside and walk all the way around. Anyway, that gives me a chance to explain how artillery works. As she says, you throw a smoke grenade, and then for each one of your settlements in range that has an artillery piece built and someone assigned to it, they will fire 5 rounds of artillery, which is pretty much the same as a mini nuke each. So yeah, if you can build artillery at all your settlements and have a lot of settlements and assign them to people, you can get a lot of fire on a lot of different places. So we've got the castle here. Jamaica Plain is fairly close. Warwick Homestead we can get as a settlement. Maybe even Hangman's Alley might all be within range. I mean, the range of these things is pretty big. So yeah, it can be quite good fun to throw artillery around. I'm pretty sure that Jamaica Plain can hit Quincy. and Warwick definitely can, so you can get in maybe even the castle. So yeah, it's really cool. So before I accidentally call a cab, let's change our throwing weapon to artillery smoke grenade, shall we? So we might have to swing by all of our settlements and build an artillery. We have to go to yeah, we're going to have to go back to Jamaica Plain anyway, because that's where we left our one and only suit of XO1 armour. The one which we spent a lot of money on upgrading. Right, we're nearly here. As I said, she usually just walks straight through that hole in the wall. But we fixed that. Luckily, her pathfinding lets her find her way here. Just ignore the little gap at the bottom of the wall. That's for ventilation and drainage, alright? That's my story and I'm sticking to it.
You see that little building over there? We'll use that for our aiming point. Keep your radio on and tuned to radio freedom so we can confirm we're ready.
Right, so we need to turn the radio onto radio freedom.
Alright, General, if you can hear me, we're ready. Toss one of those smoke grenades into the target area and we'll start the test fire.
Yep, then over it goes, and we need to get back.
It's 9 p.m. Nothing to report. Keep it tuned here for updates.
Okay, we've got your smoke on the target. You might want to stand back. You know, just in case.
This is going to be very, very loud. You have been warned. Come on, dude, fire your gun. He's elevating it. And boom! Ho 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 ho! That's 3. That's 4. And 1 more. And that should be it. Boom!
That looked good from here. You've now got artillery support. Use it wisely, General.
Right. So we can now call that down on anyone that's within range of this place.
Broadcasting all day, all across the...
Right, we can get rid of Radio Freedom now because we don't need it anymore. And that was the quest we came here to do, or one of the quests. This place is now very secure. Very, very, very secure. Where is Preston? He's around here somewhere. This is why I wanted him to remain here. Tell you what, let's get him the general's hat, the general's uniform. I'm giving you a promotion. Come here.
I've got to hand it to you, General. You really turned things around for the Minutemen. I never thought I'd see the day that the Minutemen had artillery support again. We should see about building them at all our settlements to expand our coverage.
Yes, I explained that.
And Ronnie Shaw returns. She's something else, isn't she?
Yeah, she definitely knows how to take charge.
Ha! That's a bit of an understatement from what I hear. I'd heard stories about her from the old-timers, but I didn't know she was still around. The fact that she's come back to the Minutemen means we must be doing something right. Now, before I forget, I've got something else for you to look into.
But you haven't, have you? Because I've already done all your quests.
Hi.
Is there something you need?
I want to trade a few things.
Of course.
I'm not sure how much of a difference this is going to make, because I believe, again, he's modded. Oh, that'll do. That's a bit more
anything
dapper.
else you need.
No, nothing.
No problem.
That's a bit better. Right, he can be the general now. I've got better things to do and different things to do. Right, we have to go to Goodneighbor, because we need to sort out this Institute quest so we can then go back to the Institute and do a railroad quest. Right, first thing we need to do is to go and hand in this nuclear bombs for the giant robot quest that we did for the Brotherhood of Steel quite some time ago. And luckily for us, if we just run around behind the castle, there's the Pridman right there, so we can swim there, no problem at all. Okay, so let's dig out our hazmat suit. Let's swim back to the airport, because it's literally right there. I do believe at one stage all this water had things to do in it, like there was a vault which was around here somewhere. That would have been really cool, but it was cut content. And as we know, there is a lot of water on the map. As we see, all this is water and it's navigable. You can even build I mean, that entire island is one gigantic settlement building zone. But yeah, there's lots of water on the map and none of it has anything in it. Having said that, there is a quest to do right there. But that's for a later date. We're kind of concentrating on the main story these days. Being as it is episode 60 something. And the person we need to talk to is Dr. Ingram. Nearly there. Ingram, I have your
Elder
nukes.
Maxson ordered me to follow him to the gates of hell. I'd be the first one to kick them open.
Oh, robots being built. Now, what happens quite often is that this stupid bugger yeets himself off the top of that and falls down and dies. We shall see if that happens. It happens quite often. I have completely finished building your robot, ma'am.
Proctor,
Looks like the Mark 28s are gonna do the trick. That was a good find.
I'll work with your team to ensure that Prime's bombs remain stable after they're loaded into his pack. It won't be too much of a problem.
Well, Dr. Lee, I have to admit, we couldn't have done this without you.
It's a little early to begin celebrating, Proctor Ingram. We haven't fully thrown the switch on Liberty Prime, and I'm just hoping all the work I've done to keep his system stable are gonna hold.
are you sure this is safe?
Of course. I've checked every connection, every circuit myself. Prime will hold together.
Proctor, all the readouts look green. I think it's time for you to perform the power shunt.
Actually, I think I'm gonna let you press the button. After all, without your help, we'd still be staring at a pile of disassembled parts.
It would be better if a trained technician performed that task, but I suppose you deserve to be the one to do it.
Oh, thanks for your permission, Dr. Lee. Right, let's turn on this big robot.
Liberty Prime, back online.
All right, let's run a basic diagnostic on him.
Diagnostic command accepted.
Give him a moment. He needs to adjust to his new configuration.
Voice module online. Audio functionality test initialized. Designation Liberty Prime Mark II. Mission the liberation of Anchorage, Alaska. Primary targets any and all red Chinese invaders.
Now let me run a system analysis and battle readiness check.
Liberty Prime full system analysis. All systems nominal. Weapons hot. Warning. Nuclear weapon payload depleted. Reload required. Warning. Power core offline. Running on external power only. Core restart recommended. Ability to repel red Chinese invaders compromised.
I've got green lights across the board here. He's looking good from where I'm sitting. Doctor, if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on the big guy here, I'd appreciate it. Well, I have to admit, I wasn't sure we'd be able to pull it off, but Liberty Prime's looking pretty good.
Right, and that is where Liberty Prime is going to stay.
What was that he said about his power core?
Prime's in top shape, but his nuclear engine needs to be restarted. Right now, we have him running off of the Pridwin's engines. Once I get that sorted out, we'll send him off to kick in the Institute's front door. Before you head off to your next assignment, I have something for you. I came up with this little beauty myself. I think it'll add a bit more punch to your power armor.
All she does is give us a T60 medic pump.
You didn't have to do that, Ingram.
Come on. You earned the damn thing. Besides, Liberty Prime isn't about to run out and get you a gift. Anyway, that's enough of that. You better hightail it up to the Pridwin. Elder Maxson said he needed to speak to you as soon as you were done here. And thank you, Knight. Without you, none of this would have been possible.
Meow.
Well, alright. Idiot Savant triggered on the quest handing, and we almost got an entire level out of it. This big killing machine is going to stay exactly where he is, because we ain't using him. Okay, we have to do blind betrayal now. Well, we're not going to do that now, because we have to go to Goodneighbor next.
Look, I'm really busy, and I'm not.
As I said, we need to do things in the right order at this stage of the game, otherwise we're going to end up with very unhappy factions. So, what's the best way to get to Goodneighbor from here? Probably swim. Yep, I reckon it's swimming. Do we have our hazmat suit on? Yes, we do. Excellent. Right, Goodneighbor, here we come, because we need to resolve this Institute quest. And then actually go to the Institute. We all know how to get to Goodneighbor now. And get my armour back on now. Soul Shroud armour, Destroyer's helmet. This should all still be cleared out from the last time we were here. Yep, VATS says it's clear. Who's on the bridge? Some gunners. Okie dokie. Let's gun down some gunners. 3 for 3. Outstanding. What do they have on them? Nothing. Okay. Very quick detour to Goodneighbor. Just need to find Cedric, the farmhand, who was sent here to hire some mercenaries to take out Roger Warwick.
Entertainment's down the stairs.
Thank you, Ham. I've been here before. You.
Hey,
Come
Silver
here.
Shroud. Come on, tell me your secret
I want to
identity.
know what you and Bill Sutton are planning.
Yeah? What's it to you?
I don't want to see an innocent man come to harm over a false accusation.
And if it's not a false accusation? Thing is, I don't see how any of this is your goddamn business. Unless, maybe Roger put you up to this. Tell you what, though. Maybe we can help each other out. If I've learned anything here, it's that information's got a price. Just like everything else. I got no particular loyalty to Bill Sutton or to Roger Warwick. So make me an offer, and let's see what happens.
How about I just shoot you in the head?
I know you're in a tough situation here, but lives are at stake. Please, help me.
Bill isn't the only one who's afraid. People all over the Commonwealth are talking about this institute. But maybe you're right. Maybe we are letting that fear get the best of us. Well, truth is, this whole trip was a damn fool idea if you ask me. Bill hands me a fistful of caps and says, go to Goodneighbor. They got all kinds of shady characters there. Find us a mercenary. So, I'm supposed to find some contract killer like I know how, and then hire him to take out Roger. First I agreed, but now I'm thinking to hell with Bill Sutton. I'll just stick around here for a while. Of course, he's probably figured out that I ain't coming back. Might just take matters into his own hands. As frightened as he is, the man's capable of just about anything.
Right, so we're going to have to go all the way back.
Why, you need something to take the edge off? Fred Allen, Hotel Rexford.
Right, all the way back to Warwick. Here we go. Again, we'll just swim all the way there. We'll just get to the river and jump in it. Swimming is by far the easiest way of getting back out to Warwick Farm. Right, hazmat suit on, and away we go. Yep. Halfway there, this is the castle. And here we are, I'm back at Warwick Farm. Just a quick trip through the river. And we should put helmet and armour back on. Just check we've got charisma 11. Yes we do. Right. Let's go and resolve this situation and finish this quest. And then it's time to go back to the Institute. No one's outside. They're all in here.
One way or another, you're gonna admit what you really are. When you do, everyone will know the real Roger Warwick is dead and gone.
But he's right here, Bill.
Bill, you're insane. Please, I'm begging you. Let's just talk about this.
You, I know you're part of this. You probably killed the real Roger so this thing could take his place.
Calm down, Bill. You're letting fear get the better of you.
I should be afraid. Everyone should. These synths are everywhere. Who the hell are you, anyway? I'll tell you who you are. You're one of them! You show up out of nowhere, have your secret chat with Roger, and the next thing I see, you're off looking for Cedric! That's right, I figured it out. I know you're up to something, and I ain't gonna trust a word you say!
It's your decision. But I don't think you'll pull that trigger.
There's no turning back now. Not for me. So what do you plan to do, stranger? Are you ready to take a bullet for a synth?
Aye.
If it means protecting innocent people from a madman, yes.
A madman? Is that what you think I am? I know what I've seen. At least, I think I do. What else could explain it? None of you believe me, do you? Am I really crazy? I don't know. I was so sure about Roger. Jesus, what if I'm wrong? What if I was about to... right in front of June and the kids? I have to leave. I'm sorry. I need to sort things out. I've lost sight of things.
Alright, see you later, Bill. Roger.
If we had a good supply of clean water, things would be pretty good.
I'm going to talk to Roger the Stone Pillar.
You okay?
Yeah, mostly. I thought for sure I was a dead man.
Roger. Hello? Roger, could you stop being glitched in the wall, please?
I'm just glad that you and your family are safe now.
Well, we're in your debt. You can tell our mutual friends that I'll get those seeds in the ground and have a report ready soon. In the meantime, you'll be safe out there.
Well, I managed to... Well, eventually... Oh, there he is. He's eventually glitched out of the wall he was glitched into, and we had a nice conversation.
I was scared we were all gonna die.
Don't worry, kid, you'll be fine. So now we have this place as a workshop. It has got some crystal. It's got an alarm clock. So it might have enough stuff in it already that we can build a beacon. And no, nowhere near. Well, that's not fun because I don't think anybody here can be assigned as a... You can't be a supply line. You cannot be a supply line. Cedric's buggered off. You cannot be a supply line. Right, no one here can be a supply line. That's not great. So this place is going to be completely undefended with not enough water until we manage to find some stuff. We can't even build a single machine gun turret. Okay, this place is just going to have to fend for itself. Sorry, but that's just how it is. Right, I think it's time we went to the Institute and handed in all these quests.
From what I hear, that rogue synth of Libertalia was a real menace.
We have not been back here for quite some time.
Now it's back where it belongs.
It must make you proud to see all that Father has done, all that he has built.
Right, so apparently we need to speak to you.
C1?
We must speak quickly. We cannot risk being discovered. I have made arrangements. I can get the 13 we discussed into position. But, tell me, do you think Mr. Benet's plan will work?
A better plan is to use this opportunity to rescue everyone. But since we'll have to fight for it.
And I thought Mr. Benet's plan was too ambitious. Of course, I'd fight for my freedom. And I know of a few others that might as well. but enough to face all the guards? Perhaps if we stand up openly to the scientists, more of my people would join us. Yes. Even if most don't join the fight, certainly there are many others who have been waiting their whole lives for this. But we should be prepared for some of the synths to fight against us.
All people want to be free. They just need the opportunity to take it.
If the Railroad inspires everyone like you do, the SRB is wise to fear you. You will give my people an opportunity, and they will flock to us. I admire Mr. Beignet a great deal, but we can't tell him about this plan. It's his people we'll be fighting. I will talk to my friends. Meet me here tomorrow. If I don't make our appointment, assume the worst.
Alright, so the mass breakout is on. So we need to also speak to Liam Beignet, who is, once again, hiding in his closet. Hello.
You get me what we talked about, and I'm in business.
Got it right here, my friend.
Liam, I got you your username and password.
You railroad guys really deliver, you know? Hooking that ancient tech up to the modern terminals is going to be seriously time-consuming, even with that password. So hand it over and I'll get started.
This is a delicate operation. Are you okay if we have to use violence?
Good question. If we find ourselves in that position, we pull the plug and wait for another opportunity. We can't risk anyone's life over this.
Oh, I'm sorry, pal, that's not how it works.
Here you go.
Great. Listen, I need a favor. Z-114 is working the atrium again. Can you give him an update? It's safer if you do it.
Right, fine. I'm pretty sure we just gave him an update. And we did. Okay, next we need to speak to one of the people in bioscience, but it's night time, so I think he's upstairs. So we'll just go and intrude upon him in his house. That's not his house. That's father. Oh, yes.
Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
To attend this meeting.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is she doing here?
I will address that issue, but there are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware, Port.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ayo has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. We're still monitoring the increased activity around Fort Independence, but there are no immediate signs we should be concerned. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Excuse me, but, sir, are you sure this is, well, the proper time to be discussing that? Considering, I mean, given all parties present?
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about Phase?
Absolutely nothing, just the name.
What's Phase 3?
It's very important to us. Power is, as I'm sure you've seen above ground, a very valuable commodity. I'm not talking about some abstract concept of control. I mean real, tangible power. The kind that keeps the lights on. With every advance the Institute makes, our need for raw power increases. Many compromises and sacrifices have been made over the years to allow progress to continue.
What kind of compromises?
We have at times had to rely on drawing power from above-ground installations. It risks personnel and equipment, but no longer. Phase 3 is simply the activation of a nuclear reactor that can provide enough power to the Institute now and forever. It will ensure not just our survival, but our prosperity.
Whoa. Nuclear power? That's a disaster waiting to happen.
Not in our hands. I assure you this is the answer. This is the future. The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have a few tasks ahead of us. Thus, we come to Phase 3, and to how you will help.
Sir?
Yes, Dr. Ayo. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yes? Well, he is gone. While I am not overly fond of putting my own mother in harm's way, she has proven more than capable of handling herself.
Yes, but...
This is not a matter for debate. Now, there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. Please, as I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
No! You can't be serious!
Everyone, please. I am sorry. This is not how I wanted to tell you, but we're running out of time.
We seem to have jumped to the other side of the table. It was such astounding news, it totally changed our camera angle.
You're dying?
I'm afraid so. A very aggressive form of cancer. Believe me when I say we've done everything we can. We can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my mother as my successor.
Oh, boy.
You can't be serious!
Really?
How can you possibly justify this? She isn't one of us. She isn't even a scientist.
Ignoring your borderline, insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader. I believe my mother has already proven herself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
My compliments on getting V592 back to us so quickly.
Well,
rushed work is sloppy at best and deadly at worst.
I'm kind of surprised that the meeting was still ongoing. Because usually if you wait this long to attend this meeting, they just hold it without you and then Father berates you for not bothering to show up.
Doing some amazing things,
and then he just tells you what happened.
Crops.
But I think we got lucky. Anyway, there's a holotape here. Let's listen to this.
Look, Director, I'm gonna make the same recommendation I did last time. We did everything we could. 4 years dedicated to preserving this Commonwealth provisional government. You've seen the same reports I have. It's falling apart and fast. We need a plan for what happens when that fall is complete. I know some of the other divisions have suggested we just cut off all contact, hide underground and pretend nobody's home. That would, in my opinion, be a mistake. We can't just give up on these people, and with the android program, we don't have to. We'll soon have the capabilities to deploy androids to the surface in great enough numbers to maintain order. Just think about it, all right? Keep it in mind moving forward.
Very strange. Hey, before we talk to Father, let's in fact, no, let's talk to Father just now.
Bringing that rogue synth back.
I'm glad you could be here to share this with me.
I had no idea.
I know this is... well, it's a lot to take in at once. I'm sorry, Mother. I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me to put you in charge without even asking first.
Well, it kinda was.
What would it mean, to be in charge?
Most divisions of the Institute are fairly autonomous, perfectly capable of functioning without intervention. Where those divisions interact, however, problems can arise. You'd lead the Directorate in setting policy, resolving disputes, and the like. There's no question that some of the Directorate, and the Institute at large, will need reassurances about your appointment. That's why I'd like you to take charge of this latest operation. Dr. Fillmore can fill you in on the details. There are hard decisions ahead, for all of us. But for you especially. I know that you'll do the right thing.
Right. Let's get into bioscience. Now, mass fusion is where we are going to bump into our first big problem. Because if we do mass fusion, we become permanent enemies of the Brotherhood of Steel. And that means even after the main story is complete, we will remain hostile with them. And we don't want that. So we're not going to do mass fusion. First of all, we need to hand this in.
Director Holdren seems very taken with you.
I delivered the seeds.
But good. I trust everything went smoothly?
No.
Not sure I'd call it smooth, but it's taken care of.
Good enough, I suppose. Here you are, then. Something to aid in your future missions. Courtesy of the Bioscience Division. That will be all. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Call me Charmer.
Well, he's just lovely, isn't he? Right. What next? We should sleep because we need to speak to Z1 again, and it's not been a day yet, so we'll just spend a day in bed. I don't want to talk with Ali Fillmore just yet until we've actually completed this Z1 thing. Why don't we just sleep in the medical bay, because I can't be bothered to try and find my apartment because I can never find it. I'm just going to sleep here, alright? And I'll just sleep for 24 hours. And then we'll speak to Z1, and we'll probably have to go back to the railroad and tell them what's going on, and then we'll talk to Ali Fillmore. Alright, let's meet with Z1. Here he is. His icon just hadn't shown up. Oh, surprise, surprise. He's working here again.
Z1?
Yo.
I asked my friends if they'd take up arms for their freedom.
And?
I was surprised at the number of volunteers. Perhaps once the fighting begins, many others will join us. But we will fight and die very quickly unless we have weapons. A lot of them. Given the right materials, we can make our own crude but serviceable weapons. Unfortunately, we're missing a few critical ingredients.
Okay.
What ingredients?
Gunpowder, laser focusing crystals, and a couple other things.
Go on.
The Institute's always expanding. Excavation just completed on one of the sublevels. The mining equipment has been packed into crates, and they haven't been moved yet. That equipment has everything we need. And thanks to Mr. Binet, the construction crew is populated solely by my friends. But they're under constant supervision. How do you feel about killing some guards?
I say, about damn time.
Who's guarding them?
A good number of early model synths. Will that be a problem?
Nope.
I've been spoiling for a fight.
Many of my friends are eager too. After you eliminate the guards, we'll move the supplies and blow up the tunnels behind us. To the SRB, it will be a tragic construction accident that killed many synths. Rare, but not unheard of. And then, our dead friends can assemble the weapons we need. Good luck.
Alright. Because another problem we're going to get is that when we're asked to do mass fusion, which is to get the nuclear reactor for this place up and running, then we're going to go and tell the Brotherhood of Steel about that, and instead steal the nuclear reactor, which makes us enemies with the Institute, so we can never ever come back, and that will automatically fail what we're doing with the railroad as well. So we won't be able to complete the game with the Institute, we won't be able to complete the game with the railroad. We do still have the option of completing the game with the Brotherhood of Steel.
He is our creator.
But I'm going to complete it with the Minutemen instead. Where are we going? This
Have
way.
you seen J522 around? He didn't show up for duty today, and I can't seem to find him.
Did you check robotics? He was probably scheduled to...
Ah yes, here we are. I should probably take some X111 serum and fix my health before we go down here. This is quite the fight. X111 compound. Thank you. And we'll just take some water. And we'll eat something. Properly fed. And we're going to need a little bit more healing. 1.4. Yeah, we'll have a mild alert cake. There we go. Let's get out our big gun and reload it. And we'll just wait here until our health is full, and then we'll open the door and kill these 5 guards who are all wearing lots of armor, and they all have pretty high upgraded weapons, and they're all pretty high level.
Contact contact detected.
Well, that's one down.
Possibly.
That's two.
Sensor
Three.
anomaly detected.
4. Come on. Show yourself.
Stranger.
Gotcha.
Leave now.
What's the easy way to do that?
Soon, this will all be under rubble. Remember Z1's plan, everyone. Grab everything we can use. The crates, especially.
As I said, they're all wearing full heavy armor and they all have good weapons. You alright guys?
Hey, I can't believe a human would do this for us.
Well, they did.
Tell Z1, we will fight when the time comes.
So I assume that this was constructed down here, brought in part by part.
Now that we have weapons, next time you will not fight alone.
We have little time. It is best you go, for your sake.
Have fun, guys. Didn't even have to take any cyclejet for that. We got lucky. Alright, Z1. This is like the last thing we can do for the railroad while we're here. So if there is anything else you want to do in the Institute, now is the time, because we're about to get kicked out of it forever.
From what I hear, that rogue synth at Libertalia was a real menace.
We already have the magazine from that balcony there. We have already bought all the unique stuff from the vendor, but we'll just check.
Excuse me.
I have a variety of items that should prove useful in your surface missions.
Sure. Let's take a look.
Yep, we have everything from here. We have all the uniques from here. So let's just sell them some money. Might as well make some money before we get kicked out of here forever. Cool. Right,
Nice work bringing that rogue synth back.
report back to Synth Boy.
You have done your part.
Yes, I have.
We'll do ours. Weapon construction will begin immediately.
This is a good start.
The greatest challenge remaining is keeping all of this secret from the SRB. So we're being very careful, which unfortunately takes time. For now, please continue working with Father. We can't afford for him to grow suspicious. When my people are ready, I will contact you.
Right, and that is as far as we can go with the railroad. Because to continue working with Father, that means becoming a permanent enemy of the Brotherhood of Steel. I do not want to do that. So, now we have to speak with Ali Fillmore. We can uncheck that because we're about to automatically fail it. We don't have to do this first. Scribe Halen should be on our way back to the police station now that we've handed in the nuclear weapon thing.
Father has done remarkable things. I would not exist were it not for him.
Here's Ali Fillmore. Ali.
Busy day for you, isn't it? Well, it's about to get busier. You're going to lead this operation, I'm told.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go over the details. Recent events have upset our timetable. Getting the reactor online has become our #1 priority. It needs to be running, well, yesterday. We're going to have to cut some corners. I'm not thrilled, but it means we'll need to rely on some pre-war tech. You're going to the mass fusion building to acquire a beryllium agitator for us.
What is that exactly?
What's a beryllium agitator?
The details would be lost on you. No offense. The point is, it'll allow us to boost the reactor's power and get it running sooner than planned. You just keep me safe. I'll worry about the agitator.
Is that really necessary? I'm sure I could handle this by myself.
Yes, it really is. Not only is this tech sensitive, it's old. Look, I'll take care of it. You just make sure I come back in one piece.
Sounds good. I'd appreciate the company.
Not as much as I'd appreciate coming back in one piece. I don't like going above ground unless there's no other option. But here we are, with our options dwindling quickly. Not to put more pressure on you, but we have to move quickly on this. Word is that the Brotherhood is nosing around the area. We don't want them getting the agitator before we do. Head on up to the relay, and I'll meet you there.
Right. So, as we see, we have the option. You either go into the relay room, which is the room where we first came in here, or we go and tell the Brotherhood of Steel. And I'm going to go and tell the Brotherhood of Steel. If we're lucky, there's another quest we can do here. No, there's not. Okay, it has not worked this time. Not a problem. Let's level up before we do anything else. What did we do last time? I can't remember. Oh yes, we did Black Widow, so we might as well finish that now. There we are. That's Black Widow all done. We're not going to relay to mass fusion. We're not going to do that. I think we should do a little bit more of the Robots DLC, just because it's good fun and because it's really close. Right, so let's take a quick run back home, because we had to speak to Ada to continue doing the Robots DLC. No matter what we do with the main storyline, now we are going to lose contact with at least one of our factions, and hopefully just one if I've done everything correct. If we continue on with the Institute main story, then we will become permanent enemies of the Brotherhood of Steel. If we continue with the Brotherhood of Steel stuff, eventually they're going to tell us to kill the railroad, so we don't want to do that. And if we continue with the railroad, that means continuing with the Institute, which means becoming enemies with the Brotherhood. So we're going to have to get ourselves kicked out of the Institute. We know how to do that. We're just going to inform the Brotherhood about the plans the Institute are having to get a nuclear reactor. So we're going to take some time away from the main story, just for a while. We're going to finish the Robots DLC. It's not that long. I mean, it does start when we're level 15, so I think we have to hunt down some more robo-brains to help Ada pinpoint the location of where the Mechanist is hiding. And then one more dungeon to get the absolute fix, and then the big dungeon to finish off the entire quest line. So let's talk to Ada, who seems to be hiding back here. Ada,
I'm
hello.
relieved to see you've returned. Were you able to find anything at General Atomics?
Yep.
Have you seen a robot with a brain before?
I've never encountered such a robot, but my old caravan discovered records about them while we were scavenging military facilities. According to my databanks, it's called the Robo-Brain. It was considered one of the most technologically superior robots ever constructed, but the model never reached full production status.
I found this strange device on a robot.
Let's have a look. Impressive technology. If my analysis is correct, this is a specialized radar beacon. I suspect it's how the Mechanist was keeping track of the Robo-Brain you destroyed. As the next logical step, I need you to install this beacon within me so we can use it to our advantage.
Okay, seems like she wants to come with us.
Are you sure?
While there's only a 78.3% chance that I'm correct, I'd like to point out that it's the only lead we have.
It's a very good point.
Sounds like a solid plan.
I'm glad you agree. You'll need to use a robot workbench to ensure proper installation, and my presence will be required. In order to maximize our time efficiency, perhaps I should accompany you now.
Yes, she might as well come with us right now.
Come with me.
Let's be on our way.
And we need to build a robot workbench, so we'll do that after we've had a fight with someone. Sheffield, get out of my way.
Still in one piece.
Radstag, mate. Thank you, Mr. Super Mutant. What is this? Oh, a suicider who we managed to kill before he blew up the turrets. Okay. Now we saw someone running around with the ash makers. That's just annoying.
Looking to trade?
No, Trader Riley. I'm not looking to trade. What we need to do is to build a robot workbench. And in this settlement, that ain't easy, because it's very big and it's a very small settlement. Oh, I saw a little bit of green there. Where was it? Where was it?
Meow.
Right, that's going there. Then we need to speak to Ada again.
Hey.
Yes, ma'am. Are you ready to install the radar beacon?
Yep.
It's time. Let's do this.
Good. The installation should be simple. Once I'm in the robot workbench, just install the radar beacon and I'll do the rest.
And this is an excellent opportunity to upgrade Ada because she is too slow. Far too slow as she is. So, select Ada.
Got any scabs?
Let's change her head. And we're going to change it from an Assaultron head because of her short engagement distance. She's got poor accuracy. Sentry head is probably best. And then we'll put some armour on it. Torso, Assaultron I think we'll keep. We could put it up to Robobrain for more health, but it looks kind of awkward. Because the physical size of the robot does determine where they can fit, and we want them to be essentially the same size as us. Instead of the storage armour, I think we'll go for hydraulic frame just for the best protection. And she has a hydraulic frame on the rear, so we'll do that. This miscellaneous mod is good because we have lots of skill. This regeneration field is quite nice. Plus 3 health per second for nearby human allies outside of combat. So we'll take that, that's excellent. Right, left arm. I think we'll leave it as an Assaultron left arm, but we'll put some decent armour on it. Instead of the Assaultron claw, there is a really good stealth blade, I think. Yes, damage 102 in melee, so we'll have some of that. And again, we'll put some armour on it. Right arm, we're going to change that down from a sentry to Assaultron, just to keep her looking pretty good, and we'll put the good armour on that. And instead of our normal laser, we'll put an automatic laser on her. Not a Protectron one, you idiot, the good one. Right hand automatic laser. Legs. Let's put Assaultron legs on it. Mr. Handy Thruster does make her very fast, but flying robots can glitch out all the time. Again, these Robobrain trades are pretty fast, but she struggles to fit in places, and as you can tell, sentry legs, she will not be fitting anywhere. So, Assaultron legs for you. Waist armour. That adds a lot more protection and adds to your carry weight. And we'll just put the best armour we have in here. Then we'll go back to the special mods and put the radar beacon on. And we're done. Oh yeah. Now she doesn't look that much faster now because she's walking, but when she starts running you will notice a huge difference.
Hey.
Yes.
Ada.
A moment. The modification was successful. New hardware has been detected and software is updating. And installation complete. Analyzing Mechanist hardware. The radar beacon is receiving a strong encrypted signal, but I can't determine the source.
That's not good.
Damn. Then we've hit a dead end.
Not necessarily. With some additional assistance, I should be able to decrypt the signal and locate the Mechanist. Fortunately, I'm detecting another Robobrain in the Commonwealth that's receiving the same signal.
Right, so there's more of these things out there.
Which means the one I destroyed isn't the only Robobrain under the Mechanist's control.
Yes, and we can use this to our advantage. The encryption on the source signal is complex, but not beyond solving. If you can bring me 2 additional beacons, they should provide the keys and algorithms that I need to enhance my decryption routines.
Are you sure this'll work?
I've calculated a 96.9% chance of success. Given your capabilities, I believe the odds to be in our favor.
Alright. Let's do it.
I'm uploading the location of the Robobrain to your Pip-Boy now. Just be careful. These robots tend to travel in groups, so you're likely to encounter heavy resistance.
Right, one quest ends.
Care to have a look?
Really, I don't care. And another quest begins. Let's see if we can make it a run. Yeah, that's the difference that Assaultron legs make. So, what quest are we doing next? As I said, we're just going to do... Look at this, we've finally got all the quests on a single page. How good is that? Right, we will not be doing mass fusion. We won't be speaking to Elder Maxon just yet. We cannot do underground undercover anymore, because that would mean becoming enemy with the Brotherhood of Steel. We could report to Scribe Helen on the way back from somewhere, because she should be back at the police station by now. That's just a Radiant quest, so we'll get rid of that. That's a DLC, that's a DLC, that's a DLC, and this is all the miscellaneous stuff. So we've only really got 3 quests on at the moment, because we're not doing that. That's ready to get handed in. These are all DLCs and miscellaneous. This is a DLC, but we're going to do it because the robots one's good fun. And that's about it. So, in the next episode, we are going to go and get this robot, which is where? Where is the other robo brain? It's not very far away. It's just to the south. Right, so we'll do that next, and then I think we've got to kill one more robo brain. And then there's 2 dungeons back to back to finish this DLC. It's not the longest, but it is pretty difficult. And it's a lot of fun. So, I hope you join me for that fun and games, and I hope you look after yourself until then.
Ain't looking for
I'll
trouble.
chat to you later.